Hi guys, it's Jordy Alexander. Today I'm going to show you how to use Breville Barista Espresso coffee machine for the first time. Stay tuned, let's go! Before you watch the rest of the video, please make sure that you subscribe my YouTube channel. It is Jordy Alexander. If you haven't done so, please do it now. Thanks guys! The Breville Barista Express is ranked all over the internet as one of the best home espresso machine. But if you've never used an espresso machine like myself, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. The machine is not self-explanatory, but don't worry, I got you covered. So here is the step-by-step how to use Breville Barista Express to make your very first coffee. Deciding on which coffee beans to buy can also be challenging for many coffee drinkers like us, because there are numerous brands in the market today and equally as many variables to make sense of as well. In this video, I got my coffee beans from Duke's Espresso from Melbourne CBD. First things first, read the instructions for how to put together your new Breville Barista Express. The manual will also show you a few things you need to do before you use it for the first time, like washing all the parts, installing the water filter, and flushing the machine. When you're cleaning all the parts, please make sure that you clean them thoroughly. Especially during this pandemic, COVID-19, you may need to sanitize them all. Of course, I'm only joking. You don't need to do that. Every single time before you use your new machine, before you even turn it on, do a quick check of the water level. Because this machine does not warn you when the water level is low or if you're out of water. So to avoid burning any parts, always do a quick check of the water level. After you turn it on, this espresso machine is ready very quickly. You'll realize that when you turn it on, it'll make a bumping or knocking noise. This is absolutely normal. So when you see all 6 buttons are lit up, the machine is ready to use. It takes less than 30 seconds. Also, I like to keep the mark on the top of the machine like this. The top of the machine is actually a warming tray. After it's all warmed up, you can add the coffee beans to the hopper. You don't have to add a certain amount, just make sure you have enough. The next step is to set the grind size and amount. This is where the things can get overwhelming. To make the perfect espresso, you need to get these 3 things right. Grind size, grind amount, and the tamping pressure. You may need to do it a few times to find the right tune. To start grinding the coffee, press the filter size button to select what size espresso you want, single or double. Give the portafilter a quick push in, then release. It's like you're pushing an elevator button. Next part is fun part, tamping the coffee. First, use your hands to push the loose coffee into the center of portafilter. That way it won't spill out when you tamp it. Tamping pressure is the only thing you really have to trial and error. You definitely want more pressure than just pressing it down to get it even and flat, but you don't need to hack out on it either. If you don't use enough tamping pressure, the pressure during extraction process will be low. Likewise, if you use too much tamping pressure, the pressure during extraction process will be too high. My recommendation is to press it down to get it all flat. Make sure the coffee grounds are even and level, and then give it a few extra pushes to tamp down, but do not use much force. My tamping tip, if you twist the tamper at the end before you pull it out, it will help to keep your grinds more level. Be sure to wipe off all the excess grinds from the portafilter before you make your espresso. If there are any loose grinds around the portafilter, it will not seal correctly. That's my tips. Before placing the portafilter into espresso machine, press the 1 cup button to run a single cup of hot water into coffee mug and then dump out the water. This will stabilize the temperature of the machine and your mug. Just remember, if any of the parts are too cold, it will affect the flavor of your espresso. It's finally the time to make the espresso. Insert the portafilter into the group head where it says insert. Then turn until the portafilter is in the lock position. If you're making a double shot, press the 2 cup button, then keep an eye on the red pressure needle. It will take a few seconds, but if your needle gets in the grey espresso range, then congratulations, you've just made a perfect cup of espresso. Just another tips from me. If the needle went under range, try increasing your tamping pressure next time. If the needle went over the range, try decreasing your temperature pressure next time. It would take a lot of practice to make the right coffee, but I know we'll get it. If you'd like to make a latte or cappuccino with your newly extracted espresso, the next step is to steam and froth the milk. This espresso machine comes with a handy milk jug. See the V shape that Spud makes on the inside of the jug? Fill the jug just until the milk touches the bottom of the V. After filling the jug with the milk, position the wand over the drip tray and turn the dial to steam. Nothing will happen at first, but after 10 to 15 seconds, water will start to drip out. Then it will turn to steam. Let the steam run for a few seconds, then turn back to standby. Then quickly put the wand into the milk, then turn back to steam. You need to do this within 8 seconds or you'll have to purge the wand again. You don't want that water dripping in your milk. For the tip decision, place the tip of the wand so it's just under the surface of the milk, approximately 1/4 of an inch. Then, if the tip is too high, you'll make giant bubbles and potentially splash yourself with milk, which you don't want to do that. Tilt the jug a little so that the milk swirls around the jug like a whirlpool. This may be the most important step of all. As soon as you remove the milk, position the steam wand over the drip tray again and turn the dial back to steam again. Let steam come out of the pipe for a few seconds to clean up any milk that may have gotten up in the wand. Be sure you do this every time you steam milk. If you don't purge the steam wand, the milk will burn and sour, and every cup of milk you make will smell and taste like burnt milk, which you don't want. Oh, by the way, don't forget to check the temperature by holding the handle with your right hand and place your left hand on the bottom of the jug. When the bottom of the jug starts to get too hot or uncomfortable to touch, that means the milk is ready. Turn the dial back to standby. You can also tap the jug on the counter a few times and swirl the milk to break up any larger bubbles. Last but not least, we need to clean the steam wand. Use a wet washcloth to wipe the milk off the steam wand. Do this immediately as it will be much harder to remove if the milk dries on. Wipe off any excess water and coffee grinds. Empty the coffee grinds out of the portafilter, rinse and dry completely. Now your coffee is ready. You can also start practicing your latte art. Or if you want to make it look super fancy with zero skill involved, just do a few straps of chocolate syrup on the top and swirl with a toothpick. That's it guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and you can try these tips for yourself next time. Please comment on the below, or if you have any suggestions or questions, please send a message to me. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.